Hi, I'm Zach Kozuchowski from GolfWRX.com, and there's a reason I'm in black and red. We're at the Oven in Fort Worth, Texas, Nike's headquarters for R&D. I'm with Gidge Moody, the product line manager for Nike Golf with irons and wedges, and we're going to talk a little bit about Nike's newest wedge for 2013, the VR Forged. So, take a moment and tell us a little bit about what differentiates the new line from the old line.
Yeah, so very simply, over the years we've done a number of lines with kind of a single sole or a sole design story. And that was done for a number of reasons. Our last wedge line, the dual sole, was created to allow players to open and close the wedges and keep the leading edge low to the ground while they manipulated the wedge shot. This year what we've done, because we have so much demand for our various wedge grinds, our specific sole grinds, from Tigers to Paul Casey's to even some on the European Tour, we've combined a wedge line which carries all these sole grinds. And so what I have are three wedges here. So I've got Tiger's standard sole grind that we refer to it, and Tiger really carries a multiple of wedges on there. And basically, he doesn't necessarily manipulate the wedge as open or closed as some others. He utilizes loft to his capability. So as a lot of players do that carry multiple wedges. So there's some manipulation. It's a nice thin sole, great for full shots out of the fairway. So you get nice chip shots around the green. But really a good player's type of wedge. Then we have the dual sole, like I mentioned originally. Now this is a unique grind. We call it potentially a C grind, but there's a lot of grind relief on the heel and on the toe of the wedge. This allows players who may not carry as many wedges to really manipulate the wedge open or closed, either de-lofting it or in a lot of cases adding loft, but keeping the leading edge very low to the ground so they get a lot of confidence.
I was out here earlier trying out the wedge, and I was with your wedge guy, Cricket, and he was telling me that when you started off in a neutral position, you've got quite a bit of bounce, maybe upwards of 10, 12 degrees, but as you open it, you actually lose bounce, and that's what allows playability on the open face shots?
That's absolutely correct. So you want the bounce on a lot of your full shots, especially with a very narrow wedge. You need some more bounce to engage the ground, or else it just wants to keep digging into the ground. So there's a benefit. The other way that you gain a lot of bounce is by widening the sole. So, and generally, you might not have as much bounce that's measured, but because of the width of the sole, there's a lot of bounce that's engaging in the ground. So you're seeing that quite a bit.
We're in the grind shop here, and the way you come up with all these grinds is trial and error with your pros, correct?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So they're the best at what they do. They share all the needs that they have, from very hard pan to very soft, moist soil like you see in the Midwest, to a lot of sandy conditions that you see either in the Floridas or in Southern California, where they're not putting down fresh soil. They're basically putting down sand over every form or shot that they get. So very sandy conditions, a variety of conditions. And so with these players and how they want to manipulate their wedges and the shots into the green, they give us a great deal of feedback. So we're continuously toying and grinding. The grinds on these three wedges are our most popular and most distinct grinds that we get requested for over and over again.
Now, the other thing that your tour pros need for a wedge to perform well is some grooves. You've got a little bit bigger groove in this year's model than last year's. What else can you tell me about it?
Well, the groove thing, ever since the groove rule changes, we've honestly continuously been working with our players to try and give back as much of the performance and spin that they lost with the groove change. We've come very close, and the conditions from dry, as we've said all along, are very much the same. So you're not losing a lot of spin on dry conditions. You're hitting the ball cleanly. You really don't need a lot of grooves in that scenario. It's in wet conditions or in heavy grassy conditions where you need to channel all the debris or water away. So what we've been working on with our original X3X was trying to channel more water away. We've done a variety of grooves, again, a lot of testing with our tour players, and now what we've developed is what we call the X3X 27 groove. The 27 is for a degree angle change on part of the groove, and I don't want to go into details of where that is, but it's part of a degree change that we've done to help, again, allow the marriage of debris going away from the face of the club, as well as the ball's engagement with the groove, the cover of the ball's engagement with the groove. So this new design, which is a part of the new VR Forge wedge line, has proven to be very successful, and a lot of players really like that.